I mean, the biggest thing is just us as a unit understanding, things we have to do to be where we want to be and continue to be as, a top tier team in this league and winning their building with them playing extremely well right now with a lot of talent and, I mean, not shooting the ball well, not playing the best that we could and still had stretches where we could have took control of the game. So, I mean, you look at some of the positives. I'm not a moral victory guy. I don't like to lose. But at the same time, afterwards, you look at the film and you see, all right, these are the things you build on. And I think the biggest thing is us figuring out how to continue to be assertive, but at the same time be creative offensively, not really getting stagnant and relying too much on one pass and attack things and making the defense work. That team's second in the league defensively, and we made them work when we switched sides. And I think that's something to take away from that because if they're second in the league defensively, if you can make them work, what can you do to everybody else?
When you talk about going back and looking at the film, was it more on the offensive end where you guys were able to point things out, or were there
defense? I mean, our coaching staff hangs the hat on the defensive end, so like that's always the first discussion. And I think little bit of things like when you got a team that plays a guy like Carmelo at the 4 and they spread the floor, I think you kind of get cross-matched sometimes. I think it's just figuring out how to continue to get even better at communication. I know it sounds like you just say it all the time just to say it. It seems like a cliche thing teams say, like we didn't communicate. But the bottom line is that's the number one thing defensively, especially now with everybody playing positionless basketball.
Right. What do you guys do with Schroeder? He's tough on him.
I mean, I think you just try to, load to him, make him see bodies in front of him besides his own guy with his speed. Try to keep him out the open floor as much as possible. Not try to give him those downhill running starts because that's when he's really dangerous because, he's got the floaters and he finds guys. They got guys that make threes. He's got the Steve Nash, the midget dribble under the basket to kind of survey. He breaks defensive down. So I think the biggest thing is just try to make him see other defenders and not let him think that the floor is open. Take his confidence away that he won't be able to just run around and do whatever he wants on that.
To get back to the style of play that you guys were accustomed to, obviously it wasn't really everything in those 2 games, but is there something that can be said, or why does that sort of, why does it deviate from that?
I think the biggest thing is just seeing that, we lost 2 in a row. Yeah. And we didn't lose 2 in a row when we were playing the way we wanted to play, you know what I mean? And you look at what was different. And I think guys can blatantly see it. And it's ball movement, it's energy, it's communication, still saying it again. But that's the biggest thing. It's like it's so blatant that you don't really have to come knock people over the head with it. When you sit down and watch film, you can clearly see the difference between those 2 games and the games when we were playing extremely well.
Getting back to that communication thing again, on defense, this team switches more than it ever has. Is it difficult to consistently do that?
I don't think so. With the guys that we have guys that can guard multiple positions, and we do a good job as a unit defending. Which is why we're not afraid to do some of the switching. Yeah. And then you have a guy like Serge, the 4, who can switch out and guard, wings and guards well enough for us to be able to help him. Not where you just get in, they blow by him.
Right.
And a lot of them he can guard by himself. OG guards multiple positions. Kyle's a pit bull. He gets switched on bigs, but he figures out how to make them at least work so they can't just get one move and a shot. Debo, same thing, size. And then come off the bench, Pascal and Yacht. Those guys are tremendously athletic. Norm. I mean, you can go down a list with guys that can do multiple things. Even the line guarded Dirk in Dallas. You know what I mean? So us having that versatility is what allows us to be able to do that.
Is it easier to play defense that way when you're switching more than going under roll?
When you're communicating, yeah.
Well, yeah.
When you're talking, when everybody's talking, it makes it easy because now you're almost able to get guys in positions where you can keep the bigs down, the guards up, make sure you can get in rebounding position, make sure anything goes this way, I'm taking it, you take it if it goes that way, things like that. It's almost like a man-to-man zone some nights when you're able to get guys communicating and being in spots. It allows you to just be able to see everything. Nobody has to really turn their heads and lose track of guys because they know where everybody's at and everybody's telling the next guy where somebody's at, and that's the biggest thing.
Is that about all it is? Telling the guy, hey, this guy's coming here, you got him?
Yeah, cutter on the left block, cutter or baseline, backside, or you stay on the nail, I'll stay up, I'll stay down, just letting everybody know. And what that also does when you're talking out loud, it lets you know where you're supposed to be because you're communicating so much. So if I'm telling him to be at the nail, I know I got to be in the corner for him to help him, or you know what I mean, for it to all work. And I think the more we talk to each other, the more it actually helps your individual self.